We have discussed the 4 pillars. We have discussed the stand bearers. We have discussed whatever in the history of professional wrestling, Mount Rushmores to anything interesting. But here, today, we're here to discuss the future of AEW, the future of AEW World Champions. And I'm going to give you 5 picks that I think are destined and soon should be the next AEW World Champions. It could be a great story to make them the AEW World Heavyweight Champions. It's a controversial one. Number 5, Jack Perry. Jack Perry is a incredible talent. People don't understand. Dude has charisma. Dude has everybody. He's been working his ass. As TNT champion, he's not in my number 1 yet, but as number 5, Jack Perry, he's up there. He's not top 5 for AEW being, their world champion, their next world champion. I can see him becoming a world champion in the next few years for sure. So Jack Perry is up there for sure. Jack Perry is on the tops. Number 4, again, back to Jack Perry again. Jack Perry, incredible talent. Can't just talk more about him. So good. He is working his ass off. I feel like the stuff he's doing with the Elite is great. It's fantastic. It's good stuff. He's having the most heat in AEW in my opinion. MJF is not really clicking with a lot of people. People are really saying that it's kind of forced on us. It's kind of being like, So Jack Perry for sure, in my opinion, is the option, whatever the hell I was saying. And I could say, and this is again a mixed of could be a men or women. So so number 4, I'm gonna go number 4 with Sky Blue. Sky Blue, incredible talent. She is so good in the ring, and there is no denying that she is so good. Her athleticism, her in-ring ability, she knows how to wrestle. She's so good in it. I think she can be a future AEW Women's World Champion very soon. From Sky Blue, we're going to talk about a male's one now. We're going to talk about, I think, who should be the next AEW World Champion. These are the AEW World Champion, AEW Women's Champion, World Champion, the points there, the points always been there. The next pick is not that hard to discuss either. This is going to be a guy I think who needs to become the AEW World Champion, and I think beneficial for him. Claudio Castagnoli. I really see something about him. I see that this guy has potential right now to become AEW World Champion, and he has a lot of potential, and I see it in Claudio. I think I will love a reign of Claudio Castagnoli as the AEW World Champion. He is so fun in the ring. He's so good what he does. Imagine just in this story as well, where Claudio ends up winning the Owen Hart tournament and he beats Jon Moxley to become the AEW World Champion. And imagine that story right there. That's gonna be fucking fantastic. Alright, at All In, Claudio Castagnoli versus Jon Moxley. Imagine that whole shit scenario. Oh my god. In the main event of All In. In Texas, this is gonna be lit. Alright. We're going on from that. I'm going to give you another number 1 there. I will see for women's, it's Mercedes Moné again. I think she has all the capability and all the things and tools in her. Now it's again, I would keep Garcia and Claudio here. Daniel Garcia, I think incredible talent. He's getting recognized. He's becoming really popular in AEW, in the world of wrestling. He is getting his name high with the feud with MJF or stuff. I think Daniel Garcia's eyes up. And this is what I'm going to go on from number 2 now. Darby Allin is ready for a push. Darby has been busting his ass since getting his head thrown. It's literally thrown like a bag sack of nothing and like a skeleton just whiffed it by Cody and like by MJF, by Moxley, by everybody. And he has this never say die attitude, and it's like he never say die, and his goal is to always come on top. In his match with Brody King at Wrestle Dream, my god, I can't tell you that shit was buzzing. That shit was fantastic. That shit was so good that I would end up on the match, man. That was fantastic. Wrestle Dream, Darby Allin, Brody King, like he had this never say die attitude, and Brody King respects him, and that's good, man. That's how it's supposed to be. I see a lot from Jim Cornette says everybody says Darby Allin is, everybody's saying it. I don't see that stuff, and then I do see that he's taking stuff off his ears, he's taking time off his ears, but it doesn't have to be like that. The dude is capable. I think Tony Khan has the right championship opportunity. Darby Allin versus Jon Moxley at All In. I think that's the way to go, in my opinion. All In should be the end of the wrestling storylines at that time. So All In, Jon Moxley versus Darby Allin. I would love to see Jon Moxley lose to Darby Allin and All In. I wouldn't mind it. It would be fantastic. The story they can tell with how Darby Allin came up in AEW and Jon Moxley respected him, and now their story in between. And the story they can tell with Mox and Darby Allin, it's gonna be fantastic. Like little parts of how Jon Moxley just came up, and with AEW, and then Darby Allin came along, and they had a little ingoing in 2020, and now in 2025, they're at Jeter Strokes, and like Darby Allin and Jon Moxley making Darby Allin's life a living hell, and like all that thing they have been through together, and he respects him still, and he would, but he needs to become AEW World Champion, and because he saying things all world of Jon Moxley. But he will do never say die. He will say never say die. And I think Jon Moxley freaking losing to Darby Allin and All In could be a great thing. Darby Allin is AEW World Champion. I'm all in for it. I would love a reign from Darby. This is my number 2 here. I'm telling you. This is a number 2. This ain't even going right there on the top, whatever. This is number 2 right now. Darby Allin and Jon Moxley. Again, the story is going to be perfect. Look at this. Darby Allin and Jon Moxley is 2 guys who are interested in literally trying to kill each other and try to do what they want to do. And the Jon Moxley and Darby Allin, their match has been so good. It's right there. Jon Moxley and Darby Allin. That's going to be gangbusters too. That's going to be some great stuff. Great stuff. Jon Moxley, Darby Allin. All in 2025. I just said Jon Moxley and Claudio. You top up with that Jon Moxley and Darby Allin. I can tell you that shit is gonna be fucking great, dude. Jon Moxley is gonna like he's gonna brutalize Darby Allin, and we're gonna sympathize with Darby, and we're gonna get behind Darby. And I think selling out a stadium would be in Darby Allin becoming AEW World Champion. Finally becoming AEW World Champion. It's his home. This is what he calls AEW. He loves it. He wants to become World Champion. And my number 1 pick, people might be very controversial with this thought. Jim Cornette can say fuck me all he wants, but every old school wrestler can, every old school guy, every person can say whatever they want to say. But this is my guy right here. Orange Cassidy, my number 1 pick. My next AEW World Champion. I want to see him as AEW. And I'm gonna say that I did not add Ospreay in this, because it's not my picks really, but I would love to see him as AEW World Champion, but I don't think I am interested in Ospreay telling that story with Jon Moxley. No. Hell no. I'm not even, I get it, but I'm not interested in Ospreay versus Jon Moxley in that scenario. I want Ospreay doing something else right now and build himself up. I think he can be AEW World Champion easily, but I don't want him to be Jon Moxley. I don't. Ospreay is like a bigger star. Ospreay is I think, in my opinion, Will Ospreay is bigger than Jon Moxley. Will Ospreay is now getting stuff with Assassin's Creed now. He is a mega star, Will Ospreay. The dude is... No, I don't think there's a world that see that right now. But this is my guy, and I'm sorry Will Ospreay was not the one you thought it's gonna be. It's Orange Cassidy. You can't tell me this guy has more than never say die attitude. He at least he's safer than Darby Allin in the ring, but this guy would bleed, and he will do whatever it takes to fight till his ends. He'll put hands in his pockets. He will go for it. He will take him down. He will come unstoppable. Hit the orange punch he does is fantastic to end up Jon Moxley's reign at All In my opinion. Every guy who can beat Jon Moxley at All In. Or maybe not this All In, the next year's coming out. Maybe the next year's All In. I don't know. I think they can tell a damn good story with Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy is the one that I believe lost the championship to Jon Moxley, right? Orange Cassidy lost the championship to Jon Moxley All Out 2023, and that's perfect storytelling because that's where you see is that Jon Moxley beat Orange Cassidy at All Out 2023, and All In 2025, where I think it's right there. It's literally right there, right? It's the story's so good there. He ended his long reign as AEW All-Atlantic Champion. The AEW International Championship reign he has was so damn good. Jon Moxley ended a historic Orange Cassidy championship reign, and I am like, it's one of my favorite mid-card championship reigns of all time. So good. Matches were so good. I think the stories he told were so good. Orange Cassidy, OC is, and even Jerry Lynn said, "Come on, Orange, like if you want, I think in all this chaos, I feel like you need to be the top guy, and you can be the top guy." And I believe it. Orange Cassidy, I want to see him as AEW World Champion. Yeah, people said it a few years ago that could we see Orange Cassidy? The guys on Reddit talking about it, and they were saying no because Tony Khan is bringing in new guys, and Tony Khan's bringing big stars from WWE. Or stuff, or bringing top talent here, so Orange Cassidy can. But I think he has built himself up. He's ready for it. Tony Khan, gives him the push as well. I think. You know what? I'll say something about Swerve. His push was kind of derailed. His push was kind of like, okay, I get it, but no. There were some issues in between. They overrushed it. I think the victory at Double or Nothing would be more fun. Dynasty was not the best day to crown him as AEW World Champion. I wouldn't say more about it, but you know what? The best match he had was with Will Ospreay. There's no damn doubt about it. The brutal matches he has had, I would say the best match with Will Ospreay. It's a competitor with Forbidden Door or Hangman Adam Page. There's more to it with AEW right now. So I feel like Orange Cassidy telling that story that Never Say Die, and the best friends, and the best friends coming back together, Trent Beretta coming back together, Chuck Taylor, and the best friends, Orange Cassidy and the best friends. Imagine the match between these two at Blood and Guts or Double or Nothing, Anarchy in the Arena, between BCC and then Orange Cassidy wins the AEW World Championship at All In Texas. Oh my God, that'll be good. And then you can tell so many stories, And these are that I think these guys have a good time, because you could say, where is Sammy Guevara? I don't see Sammy Guevara. Sammy Guevara has fucked up his own career. Or Tony Khan's booking has fucked up his career. Sammy Guevara is not even close. He is a wannabe, just a shit person. I don't know, shit person, I want to say. He doesn't click it. He doesn't click anything. He doesn't have anything. He doesn't have any charisma. He doesn't have any capabilities. He doesn't have anything that works for him. And it's like he just teaming with Dustin Rhodes and Ring of Honor now because Tony Khan doesn't believe in him. He doesn't have anything for him. And he's just suffering in AEW. I think if he comes over to NXT, Sammy Guevara can have a great run in WWE. But over in AEW, he's just being shoveled. He's not being I think he could get into. I think he needs to go to WWE. He needs to go to NXT for this, because I don't see any big time thing. I didn't see a feud with him and Ethan Page in NXT or something. But I don't see anything in AEW. Sammy Guevara is just a joke, First of all, turning on Jericho, teaming up with Jericho, he's the only person who's like the biggest thing of the part of the fucking Jericho vortex. And I am sick of the vortex of Jericho. But he's gonna come back to Jericho again. He's gonna help him. He's gonna be the helping man. He's gonna be the He's gonna be eligible. Whatever the mask dude or what I forgot his name. He was part of AEW, and yeah, But I think I'm sorry to say, Sammy Guevara is not even close. He sucks. He really sucks. So if I didn't choose Sammy Guevara, and if I didn't choose, well, since you guys got here, if I didn't choose Adam Cole, if I didn't choose Ospreay, I don't care what you guys say. I think this is a perfect list more than ever. This is right there, discussing with you again and again that these are my picks here. Orange Cassidy, Darby Allin, Claudio Castagnoli, Mercedes Moné, Sky Blue, and Jack Parrott. Spades out.